Hello and welcome. My name is Thinumzi and this is the book club right here on the wireless. And of course, I'm not alone. I'm with the beautiful Jennifer Lindridge. Hello and welcome.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
How are you today?
I'm very Welsh.
So I know you're an American, South African and Canadian citizen, and you grew up in both Atlanta and Port Elizabeth, well, now known as Gqeberha. Kindly please paint us a picture of your childhood and what perhaps propelled you into your line of work.
Oh, gosh. Okay. So my childhood was spent, as you said, between Atlanta, Georgia in the United States and Gqeberha. And it was spent with, I used to spend my days coloring, drawing, writing. We used to build forts. This is before the internet. So if you were bored, you were sent outside to play. We'd go into the valley and build forts and play hide and seek and get on our bicycles and ride down to the beach. It was kind of magical. We just had to be home by 5 o'clock.
Yes.
But otherwise parents didn't know where you were. It was lovely.
Oh man, that sounds like so much fun.
And Barbies.
Yes.
And Barbies.
There's a lot of imagination going on there.
A whole lot, yeah.
So speaking of the work that you do, you're a graphic designer, right? Not just any graphic designer. She's an award-winning graphic designer. So how was the transition from being a graphic designer and transitioning into being an author and a children's book author at that?
You know, I don't actually know that there was a transition per se. I studied graphic design and then I went into advertising. But the first of my books, The Fuzz Fuzz, I actually wrote I wrote it in 2006. So it was just, I think if you're a creative person, you have these spin-offs into different avenues as the mood takes you. So it wasn't like I ever changed trajectory or path. It was just a natural evolution of what I was already enjoying. And children's books are just, I love them. They're magical. They're fun and they're little snippets. It's not like a 400-page novel. It's a tiny little snippet and they bring such joy. So I just, for me, I love illustration. I love looking at it. And so it was a natural decision to actually write a children's book.
And also I like how interactive the Fuzz Fuzz is with the colouring in book coming into play, and it's a really nice interactive colouring in book that fosters a child to use their imagination and have their sense of what it is that they want to draw and things like that. And so when you write, how do you channel your inner child when you write your books?
Listen, I don't even know how it happens. I literally come up with an idea and I sit down and I write, and that's it. That's it. I mean, The Fuzz Fuzz I wrote in about 30 minutes, and 11 Dogs I also wrote in about 20 minutes, and both were pretty much largely unedited by my publisher. So I get an idea, I sit down, I focus, and I just go. And that's with anything that I do. So it's not like I sit down and I channel my inner child. I think my inner child is always there in day-to-day living, so I don't have to access it.
And is there a specific message that you try to relay to the kids, and why?
I think the biggest takeaway from any of my books and games and anything is just creativity, fostering creativity and lateral thinking and learning to develop that innate skill that we all do possess and develop it further and not to lose it. You know, adults tend to become very separated from that skill that we have as children.
That's very true. So let's get into your publishing journey. Okay. Could you kindly please share with us how you moved your book from just your thoughts and all the way into bookshelves?
Listen, I was incredibly lucky. I contacted somebody, in fact, my husband's ex-girlfriend, who is in publishing, and asked her, how do I do this? She gave me another name. That lady got in touch with another one, and 2 weeks later I had an acceptance.
Wow.
So I was just remarkably lucky that my book, obviously told the right story at the right time and captured the imagination of Penguin Lapa. I was very, very lucky. So that there was no journey involved. I was hijacked.
And as a child, okay, what was your favorite book as a child?
I loved A Little Princess by Frances Hodgkin Burnett.
Okay.
It's a wonderful novel about a very privileged little girl who becomes an orphan, and then how her life changes, and she maintains a sense of belief and imagination and playfulness and hope. And she kind of emerges from this desolate place into another wonderful life. It's fantastic. It's a great book.
And has your love for books grown with you as an adult as well?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
What are you currently reading? We are the book club, of course.
I love Stephen King. People tend to think of him only as a horror writer, but he is masterful, and his use of language and punctuation and how he can take a simple, innocuous word and make it something completely different is just, I will read his sentences over and over and over. So the one I'm actually reading again at the moment is Lizzie's Story.
Okay.
And I kind of reread it every couple of years, and I notice other things. So, yeah.
I think that's the beauty about a book, or a really, really good book. And every time you read it, you just find something more intriguing, something new.
Absolutely.
As well. All right. Can we expect anything else? What can we expect?
You can. So I have written more children's books. I'm currently hunting for a new publisher. So there's that. And then I've written an actual adult book. So stay tuned.
I'm super excited for that. Really, really excited for that.
It's an autobiographical account of my journey, with humor peppered in between, and some heavy and some light.
That sounds so beautiful.
I think it could help people.
Oh, that sounds beautiful. I can't wait. Wait. I need you back here so we can discuss that book when it's ready. So to wrap it up, just a quick fun quiz to get to know you a bit better.
Oh, my word. Okay.
All right. So morning or night?
Night.
All right. Summer or winter?
Summer. This winter is cold. Oh, my word.
Audiobooks or hard copies?
Hard copy.
All the way. Agree with you.
I dog ear my pages.
Oh, no one's borrowing you books.
I dog ear pages, but I love the smell.
Oh.
And the way, I love them.
And heels or flats?
Well, normally heels. I'm in tackies today, but normally heels.
I can tell you're quite a girly girl. And what was the last song you listened to?
The last song that I listened to, it was Loneliness by, I think it's Lovecraft. It was playing in the car.
On your way here?
On the way here.
All right. Thank you so much, Jennifer, for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
I really appreciate
You're
it.
Delightful.
I had so much fun.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for joining us right here on the book club. That's Jennifer Lindridge, guys. Bye.